Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today, so I can share with you my top 3 Magic the Gathering sets of 2025. I also, of course, want to thank you for all your support over the last year. I really appreciate it. The channel grew a little bit, not too much, but we're still growing very slowly, very steadily. And honestly, I just enjoy doing this, and I couldn't do it without you. So I hope you have a great end of the year. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve, and I hope to see you again in 2026. I will continue making Magic the Gathering content as well as sorcery content and other TCG content or nerd content or accessory content. You're seeing a lot of stuff here. That might be the problem. It's too clustered. But hey, I like to talk about different kind of things. My top 3 Magic the Gathering sets of 2025, folks. I have checked. We had 7 releases this year. We had, I have to look it up, and I don't want to switch the screen. Of course, we had Innistrad Remastered in January. Then I think we had Aether Drift in February. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Then we had Takia Dragonstorm in April. Then we had Final Fantasy in June. Then we had Edge of Eternities in August. And then we had Spider-Man in September. And we had Avatar The Last Airbender in November. And we could count the holiday set, the Final Fantasy reprint, the Chocobo bundle, as well as the scene boxes, Final Fantasy Christmas scene boxes as set 8. But I think we're going to keep it to the 7 because, yes, I see it as an extension of the Final Fantasy release this year. So that's 7 sets. We had around 80, no kidding, 80 Secret Lair releases. That in itself should be a video. That's about 1.5 Secret Lair releases every week. So every 3 weeks we have 2 Secret Lairs. That's crazy. 1.5, no, every 1.5. So every 2 weeks we have 3 Secret Lairs. Wow, that's crazy. I don't count the Secret Lairs towards my top 3 Magic the Gathering sets of 2025, but I think it's crazy. Overall, quick before we get into the top 3, I think it was quite a steady year for MTG. I think it was a good year in terms of TCGs anyways. We had a little bit of a dip towards the end of the year, but the rest of the year was very strong. The market was strong. I think there wasn't a lot of controversy. I think the Commander format definitely is still the strongest format out there. People still enjoy that the most, and most sets are catered towards this. I see Wizards of the Coast wanting to turn that around a little bit by pushing other formats again, but overall, that's still where we are at. I've seen personally a pretty solid vintage market, despite a lot of content creators saying nobody wants vintage. I see high-end cards still sell. I see artist proofs sell. I see the general vintage market being okay, steady, not going down. Prices are not dropping, at least not extraordinarily. In fact, the prices for especially Power 9, high-end cards, Mishra's Workshop, Library of Alexandria, all Arabian Nights cards, all Four Horsemen cards have slightly gone up, in my opinion, at least like the more high-end cards, the more sought-after cards. I personally have also seen the Antiquities Artist Proof market getting a lot more competitive and a lot stronger. I started to talk about Antiquities Artist Proofs, I think, a couple of years ago. And I'm an Antiquities fan, so I'm happy to collect them, and I really love and cherish them personally. And I think it's crazy that seems to have had an impact on the overall market, because I don't see anybody else talking about it except me. Artist proofs for sorcery are very alive, very much alive. But artist proofs for Magic the Gathering, at least the old ones, are very niche normally. So seeing that market getting stronger, prices getting higher, is a bit crazy. It's even going that far that people asking crazy €20,000 prices for, or $20,000 prices, $25,000 I think, for a Candelabra of Taunus artist proof. 5 minutes into the video, I just wanted to give you a quick sum up of the market. A very quick sum up, of course. How you can't sum up the market in 5 years, but what I've seen, what I think. My top 3 Magic the Gathering sets of 2025 are: at number 3, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but for me it was Spider-Man. Yes, the set has not been very, very good. Yes, there has been a lot of controversy around the set. Yes, everybody loved Avatar more because the set kind of fit the Magic the Gathering theme more. Yes, we do have a hot dog card now in Magic the Gathering, and that's not something I would have expected. But I had a great experience opening boxes with my son, who loves Spider-Man. I had a great experience building a deck. I actually will try to build a commander deck. I love Marvel. I love Spider-Man. There are cards in there that you can build a nice Marvel Spider-Man themed commander deck around, I believe. And honestly, that was fun and that is fun. So for me, especially because of my personal experience with Spider-Man, and I actually liked some of the cards and what came with it, like the Marvel Secret Lair and the Iron Man and Storm Secret Lair. It had some great cards. Wolverine Secret Lair, and I know it's not part of the Spider-Man set, but in general, like these came out as part of the Spider-Man set. We had a couple of Spider-Man Secret Lairs. Yeah, I had, for what it's worth, I had fun with it. And I know most of you didn't, and I know the boxes are down to $90. Um, and I'm not even sure if they sell then, but yeah, at a certain point, even those will be gone, and then yes, we'll see where that goes. And I don't buy it for the gain, for the profit, because Spider-Man is not a set you will profit from anytime soon, not even from the collector boxes, even if you bought them for $350. If you bought them for 500-600, then you're fucked. I bought one for 450 because I wanted to open one with my son. It is what it is. Obviously gonna lose money on this one, but in the end, who cares? Sometimes you have to enjoy a set, even though nobody else is enjoying it. Wise words towards the end of the year, folks. Wise words. My number 2 set, drum roll, for 2025, honestly was Edge of Eternities. I liked that set. I was a bit skeptical in the beginning. I thought science fiction and Magic the Gathering don't really go together well. I'm a big science fiction fan as well as a fantasy fan. I kind of enjoyed the Warhammer 40k decks because I'm a Warhammer fan too, and I think that was done neatly. Maybe Spider-Man should have done something like that, like 4 commander decks, very dedicated, not like complete booster boxes. I think that would have been more successful than just the booster boxes and not being able to back those up content-wise. Just a couple of commander decks would have been cool. But Edge of Eternities surprised me. It was a fun set. It had fun cards, fun mechanics, fun lands that were like the planets or like big ships or whatever, these kind of things. Vehicles, of course. I kind of liked it. It was different. It was well done, well built. It's a solid set. There's good cards in it. It was a good set. So for me, that is set number 2 for this year. And for set number 3, I'm gonna see if I actually have one here. For set number 3, or actually number 1, my third set I'm mentioning, which is my number 1, my favorite set of 2025, folks. It's obviously, I mentioned it a lot of times before. It's Takir Dragonstorm. Can we zoom in, please? Yes, we can. Can we zoom back on me? Probably not. Oh, we can. Nice. It's Takir Dragonstorm. I honestly enjoyed that set immensely. First of all, because it has the traditional Magic the Gathering theme, fantasy, lots of dragons, lots of cool epic creatures, big creatures, lots of different vibes from the different colors. So red actually feels like red, and blue actually feels like blue. You know what I mean? Like with flyers, and red with burn, and green with big creatures. This set for me had everything. I bought a box to draft with my friends. I drafted with 10 friends. We got 30 boosters in the play booster box now. We actually could do like the exact draft with all the boosters. It was great fun. We had a really fun evening, and not only because I won every single match I played, but have to go out there a little bit, right? You have to promote yourself a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I had the advantage. I drafted a little bit online during the arena release, and then I knew kind of which cards were good and which were not so good. So they had to figure that out during the draft, and there were a couple of the guys who won every single match as well. And at a certain point, we had to stop. So I think I went 4-0, and there were one or two other people that went 4-0 that evening as well, because we kind of take an hour to build the deck, and we drink a couple of beers and we just talk because we don't see each other that often. Great evening with a great set. For the rest, I actually bought 2 more booster boxes of Tarkir Dragonstorm when they were like $99 because I just want to relive that experience. I think some of the cards were really, really neat. Like the dragons, like I said, were awesome. Some of the dragons really strong. I think the Mox Jasper is kind of fun with the if you have a dragon that you get a free mana. I think that's very thematic. I think the artwork was pretty nice, and for Magic the Gathering, often for me there's too much happening and the picture is too small nowadays, so it's not very recognizable. But for Takir Dragonstorm, there are a couple of cards that I actually now, after playing so much with it, recognize from across the table, and that's good. I like that. I think that is something I complain about with newer sets a lot, the art and the presentation of the art, but for Takir Dragonstorm was good. Fairly priced, fairly available, great commander decks. I bought all 5 of them. I sleeved them with Takir Dragonstorm sleeves and put them in the Takir Dragonstorm box here. And can I even open this? And then I can take them along in these cool Takir Dragonstorm deck boxes. And yeah, I'm going to keep it that way. And I can always play with my Takir Dragonstorm commander decks. And they are all very strong and very different and nice. And I kind of enjoyed that experience a lot. So I was very happy to see Magic the Gathering go back to a real Magic the Gathering set, and I have high hopes for Lorwyn next year. Lorwyn, of course, was a set that should have been released in December, I think. It's kind of a Christmas set. It was pushed to 2026. That would have been an extra set this year, like the 8th set or the 9th, if you count the Christmas Final Fantasy release. But in the end, we only got like 7 real ones. So I have high hopes for Lorwyn. I'm thinking, you see. But Takir Dragonstorm, my number 1 set of the year. Folks, again, Happy New Year. Thanks a lot for being around. And thanks a lot for your support over 2025, as I mentioned in the beginning. If you really want to support the channel, I'm going to mention this at the end of the video. So if you really want to support the channel, there are a couple of options like Patreon with different tiers and YouTube channel membership with different tiers. That really helps the channel. As you can see, on one of the sides is the info, on the other is or are the people that actually support me. Got like maybe a little more than a dozen people supporting me, and that goes a long way for a small channel like this. It really does. Only if you can, please. I am very much against people supporting me if they do need their money, funds, however you want to call it, themselves. So if you can, fantastic. If not, then please take care of yourself first. For the rest, I hope I'll see you next year, and we're gonna have fun making videos about TCGs in 2026. And yeah, let me know in the comments what your favorite set of the year is. Let me know in the comments what your favorite set or the set you look forward to most for next year is. And all I can say is stay healthy, stay frosty, even in 2026. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Bye, folks.